Friday, December 8th. Let's talk PlayStation. I'm filming this one really late, so if the editing sucks or if I go too fast, I don't know, that's why. It doesn't matter anyway. I have off tomorrow, so we getting this thing done, and some things did end up happening this past week. Now, of course, last night, or just a few hours ago for me, was the Video Game Awards. The Video Game Awards happened last night. There was a lot of great stuff that came out of there, so we're going to talk about that real quick. Although I will preface this video by saying, you know, you guys know this uploads Friday morning. PlayStation Experience is going to be happening, like, pretty much right away, very soon. So this video will probably get old very quickly as Sony releases who knows what at PSX, probably release dates. I'm not, you know, the thing is, we're still not really expecting major announcements coming out of PSX because they said that there's not going to be a necessarily, you know, traditional keynote for the events, which means we might not see anything super huge come out of there, but I'm sure there's still going to be some things, right? So, but whatever may be the case, I won't be able to talk about it right away. I highly doubt I will be able to get an update video like near the end of the weekend when PSX is all wrapped up, so I may just wait until we're at next week's episode of Let's Talk PlayStation to cover up everything from PSX, but we'll play it by ear. And you can follow me on Twitter to get any reactionary stuff there right away if you want. But anyway, let's get into the news story. So, the Video Game Awards did happen. They were actually great. I know I say this every year, but that's only because it gets better every year. Jeff Keighley does a great job making the Game Awards an actual authentic show. I remember, like, what, 5 years ago, the VGAs, whatever the hell they called them, whatever, at that time, Jeff Keighley was, because he's been hosting this thing for a while now, but the actual Game Awards, you know, of recent years is like he actually brings on developers. He actually, you know, shows grand appreciation to the people that make games in the industry, giving proper awards out to people. Before it was like, you know, like I said, like 5+ years ago, it was like a bunch of celebrities that didn't give a fucking shit like that. So that always sucked. So the video, once again, the Game Awards were very good. Jeff also bringing up pressing matters on stage like cross-network play, having a really great moment for Andrew House, who was just recently stepped down from Sony Interactive Entertainment, president and CEO. So he got a little bit of stage time. That was really cool. So just a lot of great stuff. But let's hear. So here's the 3 noteworthy things from the Game Awards. I'm not going to go over the entire event. 3 noteworthy PlayStation things. It was prefaced off with From Software doing a slight teaser. So it's like a small little trailer, right? We can't really get much from it. It implies that From Software is teasing their next game, and I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people are picking this up as like, oh, this could possibly be a Bloodborne 2, because what else would the 2 be referencing? There's many Souls games, but they only did one Bloodborne, and the great thing for, at least for Sony, we know, is that, well, Sony owns the Bloodborne name, so if this is another Bloodborne, it's absolutely going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. It's going to be, and it's great if it's by From Software, because since Sony owns the name, they can technically farm this out to any developer they want to do. But to have another Bloodborne 2 by From Software, I think would be pretty awesome. Maybe we'll see this at PSX, or maybe this will get announced right away. Who knows? Moving on, so that was number 1. Number 2 and 3 are 2 trailers that Sony debuted at the Game Awards last night, and that's a new trailer for Death Stranding and a new trailer for Dreams. The Dreams trailer, very short, 2 minutes, same stuff basically, where it's like, you know, this game is totally unique, you can do whatever you want with it, but it says coming 2018 at the end of it. I would really hope we get a firm date at PSX. And the fact that we have a general idea of like, oh, full-on 2018, it's like, okay, that's fine, whatever. I'm done with the whole 2018 spiel for a lot of Sony's games. At PSX, I really want some firm dates, so that's my critique there. The Death Stranding, of course, is particularly interesting because, you know, it's Hideo Kojima, Guillermo del Toro, even Norman Reedus was there at the show. This trailer was very long. It was like 8 minutes. It's ridiculous. Hideo already said if you were to watch all of the trailers so far for Death Stranding, you could pick up on another clue about the game. It's like there's no words for it, right? It's just so absurdly obtuse and abstract, and it's also incredibly interesting. It's still like another like super long cutscene. I would like to see this game have a little bit more substance, but at the same time, I keep saying I wouldn't expect this game until like late 2019 at the fucking earliest, because this game still like pretty much just started it just started production. So the fact that we're still getting trailers like this kind of tells us that they aren't as far along as you might think. So and that's been my complaint with Death Stranding. They announced it too early, and they keep showing it constantly. So this game is going to be constantly thrown down your throat until the day it's finally here. Which, again, that's an earliest date for me. I would be shocked if it was anything sooner than 2019. And that's late 2019, mind you. Now moving on, Sony gave us some updated sales figure for PlayStation hardware. The two notable ones, of course, PlayStation 4. Now this is as of December 3rd. PlayStation 4 sales are now at 70.6 million systems, which is very impressive. Now PlayStation VR is also, we have some numbers for that too, 2 million units as of December 3rd. Which, when we talk about the PlayStation VR sales, that was like always the kind of the tough spot, right? Because it's like, how do you really gauge the sales of a VR device when it's an entirely new realm of like hardware, more or less? And I believe that was even something that I referenced when we did a 2017 predictions video, which is that I did a prediction for PSVR sales, and I think I gave it something absurd, like 5 or 6 million units, because we just didn't really know, right? Like, what would be a good, solid number? And that was more or less a shot in the dark for me. So I totally overshot that. And I don't even remember if I thought that was a conservative number at the time. I probably thought it would do a little slightly better than I thought it would at the time. But anyway, 2 million still is nothing to scoff at. They also claim over 150 PlayStation VR titles are available, which is awesome. A lot more games are in development. The sales figure for PS4, not surprising at all. In fact, I kind of had a feeling at this point that it was going to shoot well over 70 million. And the fact that it's at 70.6 by December 3rd, and there's still the entire rest of the month of December to go, they are easily going to go over probably another 2 million units. And that's the thing. It will go over that quickly in the month of December. This is where manufacturers will move a lot of units. Not just Black Friday, but even going right into the holiday, going right up until the very holiday of December 25th. So likely PS4 will do well over 70 million well over 71 million by the end of the year. Those are some of the news stories I want to talk about with you guys this week. I was not kidding. It's very late. I gotta edit this thing quickly and just go to sleep. So that concludes this week's episode of Let's Talk PlayStation. I'm Rob. Thank you all so much for talking with me and bearing with me over this crappy episode, and I will see you guys next Friday.